Greetings, New Glarus. Daryl Johnson II here. I am recording this from SoCal. We just had our winter today, so it was rainy and gray and cold and all of that. Thankfully, it's warming up now. I'm not a fan of that kind of weather. Some people like it, but I guess we need it to keep the fires in check, so I guess Mother Nature's got to do that little thing every now and then. We can deal with it for this amount, but I'm looking forward to getting back to warm and sun because that's my speed. I wanted to send a message to say a few things. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys, for one. Like, New Glarus is actually one of my favorite cities that I've gotten to see around the country, just because it's so otherworldly and different. Like the architecture, the mood, the culture, it's all Swissed out like that. Like, you don't really see an area like that. And so it was really interesting to look at that and experience it. And I want to see it again and take more time. Now, those of you who are like that kind of people, are obsessed with backgrounds, and you're like, I'm at the gas station, unfortunately we have to get gas every now and then. So that's where I am now, getting gas, and I thought I would take a moment to talk to you. So another thing that stuck out to me about New Glarus is that you guys have like a population of 2,000. Your music program, though, is ridiculous. Like, you don't really get that happening. Like, I've been to areas where the population was low like that, and generally when that happens, your band program is like one program for middle school, high school, maybe even elementary, and there's like 20, 30 kids in there, and they're all just 6 through 12, and they play beginning band music because it's extremely difficult to build a substantial music program from a small population base, just for obvious reasons. And so it's not really the fault of anyone. It's just when you have a low population, it's not easy to build a program. But you guys, with the program that you have, the multiple bands, and being able to play the complex music that you play, that community support you guys all get, I guess, makes a big difference. So those of you in the program, do not take that for granted. It is highly unusual to have a program like the program you guys have when it's in a small town like that. And so it makes it even more charming, that you guys have that. It's like this little oasis in Wisconsin. So to talk about what the main feature is, the piece is finally done. Those of you who don't know, you've been commissioning a piece from me for wind band and alp horns. It is now here. I've emailed it to Miss Dofer. It's called Mountains, Lakes, and Chocolate. And it's about the beauty of the scenery around your area and in Switzerland in general. And it'll make more sense when you hear it. But there's going to be some cool stuff in there. Those of you who've played in 9/8, you'll get to do that. If you haven't played in 9/8 before, this will be your time. You clarinets, there is a special clarinet feature that's only clarinets in there for several bars. If those of you who know how to play contrabass clarinet, one of you can whip that bad boy out and do some low, menacing contrabass clarinet stuff. Those of you percussionists who like to shred, there are some 16-note runs for you to shred on those mallets. So look out for that. Now, everyone's going to have a fun part. Like, that's one of my things. I like to make sure everyone has something going on. So I mentioned those particular people because those are somewhat unique things, but everyone will have something. And obviously the alp horns will be there. And that's actually what makes this piece extremely unique. This is probably going to be the first piece ever that's for wind band and alp horn. I didn't check it out before I recorded this, but I have to think so. I've never heard of that. And so if you guys are able to take this piece to concerts or festivals, you will be the first band to ever take alp horns to a festival, I imagine. And so there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. And anyone who plays this piece in the future will see your school at the top of the page, and it will spread the glory of New Glarus everywhere that it is played. I also wanted to talk to those of you in the other bands. I think you're doing some of my other music, Bullet Train, The Crackdown, and If Ever You Think of Me. In fact, If Ever You Think of Me is unique also because it's my only piece that has an original short story audiobook to it. So I will try and get Miss Dofer a link to that so you guys can listen to it once you get into it, if you so desire. But that piece has a lot going on. Like, it's through composed, so every section is different. So basically what's going to happen from here is you guys are going to rehearse it. We're going to do the concert. After the concert, I'm going to listen to it and make some edits based on what I hear and things I change my mind about. Then it'll go to the graphic designer. The graphic designer will send it back to me. I'll make some edits, send it back to them, then send it back to me. Then it goes to the printer. Then we do the barcodes and the ISBN and the copyright stuff. That's why you'll notice at the bottom of your sheet of paper there is a copyright date of 2027, because I imagine that's about the time I'll get this all finished. And then it will be out there for the world. If there are seniors who I saw last year that graduated, please come to the concert May 8th. I would love to see you there and have you hear what became of the project. Those of you who are new to the program this year, I didn't get to meet you last year. I look forward to meeting you this year. So we've got a lot coming up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys have a great semester, and I'll see you in May.